longer Timmy will hit the life body. I could fly. Yeah. It's Timmy Bear. Come along, get Timmy Bear. It's Timmy Bear. Come along, get Timmy Bear. It's Timmy Bear. Come on. It's Timmy Bear. Come along, get Timmy.
Welcome to Kimmy's World. Thanks for tuning in. This was an unexpected live. Go ahead and hit the like button. Hold on, y'all. Sound is not sounding. Can y'all hear me okay? First of all, I want to welcome Facebook. I want to welcome YouTube this afternoon. Thanks for tuning in. But I have some very, very sad news to report. Like I said, I was not going live this afternoon. Y'all make sure y'all share this live. Share the live. Let's get the word out. If you are on Facebook, go ahead and share this live. You may already know, especially if you're my Facebook friend, you already know what's going on. For those of you all who don't, that live in other places, you do not know what is going on. So I decided not to really do an intro this afternoon with this particular video. This is a heavy video. Many of you all know how I feel about children. Like my heart goes out to children. I just love kids. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to say is I have a Facebook friend. Shout out to Kayla Brown. I just want to say my thoughts and prayers are going out to you, girl, right now. I know right now is a hard time. No, I don't know. I can only imagine. You know, I linked up with Kayla, and then I'm gonna get to what is going on. I linked up with Kayla several years back. I was selling Total Life Changes products. Y'all know I started back selling those products again, and I actually sold her some products. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, can y'all hear me? I think y'all can hear me. Hopefully y'all heard everything I said. So anyway, I linked up with Kayla several years back. Oh shoot, this had to be around COVID. I was selling Total Life Changes products. She was on her weight loss journey. So she linked up with me and she bought some products, and I knew she had a son. I kept up with her like that on social media. Her son name is her son name was Aiden, mine was Caden. So I mean, I kept up with her like that. I think at the time her son might have been some months old. She might have just had her child. He might have been a year old back then. Yeah, he had to be at least a year old. So anyway, I'm scrolling across Facebook today, and normally I don't really be on Facebook that much. Hey, how you doing, Rhonda? I usually don't be on Facebook for real. I pop in, post a video, and I pretty much bounce. But for some reason, I got on Facebook today, this afternoon, and I was looking, and her video came up, and she was cutting her son's hair, and it looked like she was in a funeral home, and I was like, what? Like, no, 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 no. And people are wishing her condolences. And I'm like, what in the world happened? So I'll go back and I'm looking at the backstory, and I'm gonna show y'all. Her son passed away on Sunday. He was 5 years old, y'all. And I want y'all to listen to this, because this may bring y'all, I'm telling you, like, whew, just watching that video of her. Yeah. Watching, you know what? I can't even do it justice. I'm just going to play the video and y'all going to hear for yourself. She has a GoFundMe. I want you to listen to her story, to this little boy's story. If you live in the Mississippi area, you know of Kayla, I would urge you to go ahead and donate, because I'm sure a lot of you all knew the story, but I be on this YouTube channel, I do my social media thing, and a lot of stuff I just don't get. Like, it bypassed me. A lot of stuff that go on in the city, I don't know what be going on. I really don't. So let me go ahead. This is his actual GoFundMe, and I'm going to play this video. Y'all, my channel, regardless, like every day when I come across these stories, I further realize why God has put me in position to help other people. And that's my calling. That is, like, it is what it is. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Y'all just looking at this little boy, because that could have been my little boy. My little boy has gone to St. Jude. So I feel her pain. So let me go ahead and share this. Whew. Y'all, this tore me up when I saw this. All right, just hold on just a second, and then I'll be able to share it. You just never know what God has in store for you in your life. Just don't know. You think you have everything figured out, and boom. What's up, the South Memphis Show? How you doing, Miss Carolyn? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. And yeah. Let me make sure. There we go. Y'all, I'm trying to answer everybody's questions all at once. Of course, I cannot respond back to everybody, but I'm finna go ahead and say everything I need to say. Thank y'all for y'all prayers. Thank y'all for sending y'all condolences. I really appreciate the donations, everything from everybody. I really do. I'm gonna wait till a few more people come in before I get to speaking on what I want to speak on. Let me see. Can y'all see me good? That's where we're at. Anyway. And I am finna hit my black, y'all, so excuse me. So, when I first found out that Aiden was sick, literally, all he had was a fever and vomiting. A fever and vomiting. That's it. My baby never complained about a headache, never showed. He was a normal little healthy 5-year-old boy. That was it. Never complained about anything. If your child has a headache, starts throwing up and vomiting and starts running a fever, what do you think that is? Like, right off bat, as any parent. So I tried to treat it at home for a few days. That didn't work. I ended up taking him to the emergency room in Tupelo. We sat in Tupelo emergency room for hours. Literally. I went in Tupelo Hospital emergency room like a Monday evening one time, and me and Aiden did not leave until Tuesday morning. And they said that my baby had a stomach virus. They did all kind of CT scans and everything else. They said he had a stomach virus. As soon as we started leaving out the door that day, after they had just first diagnosed him, Aiden literally went to the parking lot and threw up his own bowel movement. Like, he threw up his own poop.
Like literally, that's how bad he was throwing up at that point. So of course I turned around and sent him right back in there. And again, they said it's just a really bad stomach virus. Take him home, you know, for a couple of days and give him his medicine. So I did that. And after a few days, I started noticing that he wasn't getting no better. Like if you telling me this is a stomach virus, stomach virus don't last but 2 or 3 days, 4 at most. So I took him to our family doctor in Tupelo. Dr. What's her name? Sylvia. Yeah, Dr. Sylvia Blanchard. Love Dr. Sylvia Blanchard. A1. We went to Dr. Sylvia Blanchard. And when we finally got to the bed, she literally said, take this baby back to the hospital because he need more testing and we don't have all the tools here to test him. So, and Dr. Sylvia Blanchard literally told me, she said, either take this child to Columbus or New Albany. Don't take him back to Tupelo. She said, just listen to me, like off the record. But she said, do not take him back to Tupelo. She said, take him either to Columbus or New Albany. Well, Columbus is, closer to me than New Albany is. So I said, we're going to Columbus. I was in Columbus Hospital 15 minutes. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. I kid you not. They did a CT scan on my baby head. And as they brought him back in the room and was finna get ready to do his blood work, the doctor ran back in and was like, man, we got to get this baby to Memphis right now. He has so much fluid on the brain. It's a wonder that he's not dead already. My mind just stopped. Like, what? Like, what? I'm thinking at best he got pneumonia or something. You know what I mean? But they said a massive brain tumor and so much fluid on the brain. What? What are you telling me? What are you telling me? From that point on, everything just upside down. Everything, my whole world flipped upside down. So, where do I go next? But long story short, when we finally got to Memphis, I love you too, Miss Sharon. I love you too, Miss Sharon. You know I love you. My phone been on D&D because I just needed a moment. But I am going to respond back and I am going to call you back. But long story short, when we got to St. Jude, y'all, and they did a biopsy on my baby brain, and they also put a shunt in, a VP shunt to keep the fluid draining off his brain. They told me straight up from day one that he wasn't going to make it. Like, I think when we first started posting about this, people didn't really understand the severity of it. But, yeah, they told me day one that there was nothing they could do. And this coming from St. Jude now, the best of the best. They told me that there was nothing they can do. They told me that this kind of brain tumor that he has is rare, is super rare to them, is super aggressive. They told me that even with radiation that he still wasn't going to make it. Like radiation it wasn't strong enough to stop the tumor because it's so aggressive. They also told me that the tumor was so big on his brain that it had been growing since around November of 2023. So from November of 2023 to June of 2024, when we found out my baby had brain cancer and didn't know it. We didn't know, like nothing. I looked back at pictures like Thanksgiving, Christmas. We went to the Railroad Festival. We had the sneaker ball at the school. Like, I'm looking back at pictures thinking to myself, when did this baby get brain cancer? What is you talking about? My baby don't have that. What are y'all talking about? So you mean to tell me my baby done had a brain tumor and cancer on the brain all of these months from November 2023 to June of 2024, and we didn't know nothing. No headache, no sign, no sickness. Like, if you know, you know. If you was there, you there. Then you know. If you know, you know. That's all I got to say. They told me from day one, Aiden did his 7 rounds of radiation, you know, and we pray, you know, but at the end of the day, God's will is going to be God's will regardless. God's will is going to be God's will. And we can't do nothing to stop that. I'm truly hurt. Aiden had, and then it had got to a point where, you know, I haven't given an update on Aiden in a very long time because as a mother, let's be honest, I knew it was coming. I saw this coming. I can still pray for a miracle every day, but deep down in my heart, I knew my son was finna pass on. I knew it. He was pretty much in like a coma state. Like, he had got to a point to where he wasn't walking, he wasn't talking, he stopped eating. At first he would communicate with a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Like, if you ask him something, he'll give a thumbs up or thumbs down, he stopped doing that. And it got to a point to where he literally would just blink his eyes. Now, his eyes was closed. He couldn't even open his eyes. So when I say he would blink, he would be like, you know, squinting real hard like that. But yeah, yesterday I asked my baby around 5 o'clock because he was sleeping on the couch and I was sleeping on the couch with him. And I asked him, I said, Aiden, are you okay, baby? He blinked his eyes once. I said, that's good, baby. I said, when you get up in the morning, we're going to take you a good old wash up and I'm going to wash you down real good. 6:30, I got up. I went to the bathroom. I got up and went and got his medicine. And that was around, at this point, it was like maybe 6:40, you know, because I'm just strolling around the house, just taking my time. And about 6:40, I went to give him his medicine. He wouldn't respond. And I turned the light on immediately to see him, and I didn't see his chest moving. And I knew right then and there that my baby was gone. So from between 5 o'clock in the morning to 6:40, you know, but I feel good in knowing that he told me he was okay. He told me he was okay. I asked him, baby, are you okay? He said yes. And he blinked his eyes, yes. And at that point, I couldn't do nothing but hold him. I just had to pick him up and hold him. And his body was still so warm. His body was so warm, like, and I'm just holding my baby in my arms. I'm trying not to cry. My best friend here with me. I'm trying not to cry though, but I'm trying to get this out. Because this been hard. This has been so hard. And I just thank everybody for rallying around me and my family during this time. Like, you never really know. Because I quit my job from day one. Like, I literally been living off y'all. Like, donations from y'all, love from y'all, support from y'all. The community, everybody. I quit my job day one. I had to, come on now, who's gonna go to work? But to wake up and find my baby, like, I knew that day was coming. I knew it was coming. And I know my voice is gone right now, but I tried everything. I tried everything I could. I really did. If I could have gave half of my brain, I would have. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm mad. I'm still mad. I'm mad. I hate to say I'm mad at God, but I'm mad because why my child? I feel like they can help everybody else's kid, but they didn't help mine. And it's coming from the best of the best doctors. This coming from St. Jude. Like, out of all the things my baby could have had, you tell me he has a rare brain tumor that they can't do nothing about, that they don't know nothing about. They still researching it. And one option that they did give me was a trial option. And I had to decline that because with the trial option that they wanted to try on him, it was just a trial. Ain't nothing set in stone. And they told me that Aiden would be the first person at St. Jude with this particular type of tumor to go through the trial. So, of course, baby, I wasn't finna let my baby be no lab rat because it ain't no guarantee that it's finna work. You know, how his body gonna react to it. You know, y'all doing research on it, but you know what I'm saying? So, no. They told me 10 months. They told me 10 months. And I decided I was going to go live today anyway because they told me 10 months from the day of his diagnosis. And today makes 10 months, April 14th. Like, I've been dreading this day for forever. And my baby left me yesterday on the 13th. So literally, he was right here at his 10-month mark. And he fought. My baby fought. Y'all just don't know. I honestly believe, and I know in my heart that he fought as hard as he did for me because he knew I wasn't ready to let him go. He did what he did for me. Oh, that's a strong boy. It really is. And I thank everyone for being here. For being here. And I said I wasn't gonna say nothing because I don't want to give nobody the satisfaction. But as far as I can't even call that man a dad. If you know, you know. As far as D go, D, I ain't even mad at you. I'm not even mad at you. I'm disappointed. Because how could you leave your son like that? How could you come into Amory and not come and see your son? They told us that your son had 10 months to live and you dipped. You dipped. It would be a compliment for me to call you a weak ass, sorry ass, deadbeat ass bitch. It would be a compliment for me to say those. It would be a compliment for me to call you a coward, a bastard. You dead to me too, and you and your whole family. Your whole family. Tracy, I ain't finna speak on Tracy because Tracy love to try to sue. But for those of you that know Tracy in real life, I ain't even gotta say nothing. Y'all already know. I ain't even gone. I'm not here to bash nobody. I said what I said. What I'm doing is I'm publicly thanking everybody for all of your prayers, all of your condolences, because this has truly been the hardest thing I have ever had to deal with in my entire life. It really is. It really is. And I wanted to let people know that please go get second opinions because this is real life. Like, go get second opinions. Don't ever be afraid to go get no second opinion on your son because if I had to listen to Tupelo Hospital when they told me it was a stomach virus, Aiden would have been gone a long time ago. He would have been gone a long time ago. He would have been gone a long time ago. Like, I really could sue the fuck out of Tupelo because They did the CT scans. They did everything Columbus did. And Columbus found his massive brain tumor within 15 minutes. I'm not here to bash nobody, but I just want to thank everybody who has been here from day one. Everybody that's been praying on the front line with us. Genuinely. Not doing this for no show, not doing this for taking pictures and having something to post, not doing it to say I did this for Aiden. No, I'm talking about the people that has genuinely been here. And I promise you, anybody that wasn't here, Miss Sharon, I'm gonna call you back. I promise I am. I saw the message, but my head been hurting. I had to just, they gave me so much. They called the ambulance on me twice yesterday. Like, Kirsten literally had to fill me in on some of the stuff that I did or said, because once they got me in that ambulance and they started sticking me with this, that, and the third, they gave me so many shots. I have no recollection of a lot of stuff that happened yesterday when I found out. Like, once, like, the first person I called when I found my baby, I called my daddy. Well, first I called my best friend. She didn't answer. I called my mama. She didn't answer. I called my daddy. He answered, and he came right on over. And then I called hospice. And then, the hospice people said that they were on their way. But in the meantime, I'm sitting here holding my baby's body. My girls are crying their eyes out. You know what I mean? Yeah, but Miss Sharon, I'm definitely going to call you back. I'm definitely going to call you back, you personally, because I would love to talk to y'all and see y'all too. I just want to hug. I know, Miss Sharon, because we have truly missed you since you've been gone. We have. But like I said, I'm not here to bash anyone. I'm here to thank everyone that has been here. And for the ones that haven't, I haven't forced nobody not to be here. If they wasn't here, it's because they didn't want to be. And that's the honest to God truth. I would never take, it doesn't matter how mad I am or how I feel about you, I would never take an opportunity away for you to be a father or a grandmother or a cousin or aunt or uncle. If anybody wanted to be in Aiden's life, they had every right. They just didn't take the opportunity. But I thank God for the ones that have been here, that have stepped up. I can name so many people in this community alone that has like done wonders for us. That has done wonders. And I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna keep crying. I'm gonna keep crying. But I just feel a little relief in knowing that he's not in pain no more. Because y'all, I'm not trying to take away from nobody else's pain, nobody else's story, nobody else's grief. I know I'm not the first person to lose a child. I'm not gonna be the last person to lose a child, but it's something about sudden death and then watching your baby die. You know what I'm saying? It's different. Like, say if they told me Aiden had so much fluid on the brain, right? And that he could have died. I feel like that would have been a little bit easier to deal with if he would have just died suddenly. And they told me, Kayla, he had a massive brain tumor, and this is why he died. But to have to watch this, my baby digress, having to watch him every single day, like going from the perky little boy. I don't have to tell y'all how Aiden is. If you know, you know. But watching my baby slowly digress down to nothing, having to watch that killed me. Sudden death would have been easier, because watching your child die slowly and knowing that there's nothing you can do, Man, I tried everything, y'all. I did. I tried herbs and teas. I tried everything. I tried everything. But this is God's will, though. And God's will is God's will. I'm just glad my baby didn't pay. But I'm a miss. Oh. But you know what? Aiden came in this world and really showed me what real love is. Like, I know my girls. I love my girls. I love my girls. My girls are everything to me. I would be this way with any one of my kids, not just Aiden. But them girls is daddy babies. They love that. They gonna leave every chance they get. Like they daddy babies. Aiden is a mama baby. And let's just keep that shit 1,000. He didn't have no daddy. So when the girls would leave and go with they other folks, it was always just me and Aiden. Unless Bree Aiden daddy. Bree on the Pargo, that's Aiden daddy. And so unless he was with Bree or my mama, Aiden was with me all the time, 24/7. Nobody had him. Nobody. D would come into town and see him maybe 30 minutes. But if I didn't give him none, then he gotta go. That shit real. I'm keeping it all the way 1,000. The only time he wanted to come see Aiden is when he wanted to hunch. And if I wouldn't hunch on him, then he got to go. Hold on, y'all. Hey.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I thank you. It's definitely hard. It's definitely hard.
I couldn't explain how I would feel because I don't really have no kids of my own, but I've had kids and raised kids, and
yeah,
I wouldn't want that.
It's tough. It's tough.
But just know, hey, honey, he's up in heaven smiling down.
I know my baby. He up there, and I told Aiden. I told my baby, boy, you better be up there mining. You better be up there sitting your butt down.
They better get ready for hell, baby.
Don't be up there jumping on them folks' furniture. Don't be up there jumping all over the Lord's chair.
Get on their Get up on their furniture.
Don't have them gummy bears all over the kingdom. Get your toys up and clean up after yourself.
Look, I heard this story on the radio one morning on my way to work. We went and done a house out in Thaxton, and I cried. I didn't even know these people. That little boy knew he was gonna die, and he told his mom and daddy that night. He said something. He said, "I love you," and something about that they weren't gonna see him.
Russian roulette. Baby, you get it.
I cried.
You get it.
I cried my eyes out, and you know what? I came across those parents and actually met those parents.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, Miss Sharon. Now you know. Now Miss Sharon. Now you know Aiden.
She don't know it before Aiden.
Now you know. Now you know Aiden. Aiden up there tearing up some stuff. Can I have this? Can I have that? Aiden, you better be up there acting like you got some home training. And sit your butt down. Don't be having no gummy bears and no cars. Throw it all over the kingdom. I will. Thank you.
If you feel like you're going to break, holler at me.
I will.
I'll be that shoulder there for you to lean on. And I actually mean that.
I know.
I mean, I don't really know you well, but you know what? There ain't too many good people exist like that. I have to be here sometimes. I'm a bitch, but hey.
We all got it, yeah.
I really do got a good heart, and I really mean that. If you
driving that spaceship, right?
All up in there, baby.
He really going to Mars now.
Oh, he done kicked the ball.
He already going to Mars.
So I just wanted to bring awareness to this situation. And I noticed she had a GoFundMe. I put a GoGundMe, child. I don't know what I was talking about. But my God, he was so wow. I just stopped it because it went on for about 2 hours. And this is his GoFundMe here. The link is in the comment area if you want to happen to donate. This little boy was gorgeous. He should have been, let me see, he probably was 5, maybe coming up on his birthday. I'm not really for sure. I don't know if he was 5 or if he was 6. How old was Aiden? Maybe 6? Maybe 6. Maybe 6. I'm not really for sure. But whatever, gone way too soon. And y'all know that's a kindergarten photo right there. Everybody remember these photos. That is a kindergarten photo. So if you want to donate, trust me, I understand a little bit of what she's going through, just a little bit. You know, I've never lost a child before, but Kaden had gone to St. Jude at one particular time, and I understand the stress. The only difference is his outcome was different. He was fine. He had a virus, but her situation is different. She's really, really good people. And I just hate that I didn't know anything about it because I could have been using my platform if I would have known, but I did not know. And when I found out about it, I'm using my platform to bring awareness to her. And if anybody wants to donate to this cause um, to help her, because she's been out of work for 10 months dealing with her son. Anybody know anything about St. Jude? You know, you go back and forth and back and forth. Although St. Jude is a very good hospital, given the fact the situation that you're in, when you have to go to St. Jude, you know, you don't want to have to stress, you don't have to worry about anything. They're a very good hospital when it comes to that. But that is not a place where you want to go. It's not. So my prayers go out to her. Well, actually, St. Jude is free. St. Jude is free, and they make the cost of traveling. Even when you travel from Tupelo, like they pay your gas, they buy your food, they give you a little card, they give you gifts. It's like donations. Like they make the process easy, although it don't cover everything because you know she was at home, she wasn't working, so it's not gonna cover that. But shout out to the community that rally around her. Like I said, I'm so sorry that I did not know about any of this. Thank you, Kimmy. You are very. It's listen. I know what it feels like to see a child leave this world. My great niece passed away. Many of y'all know the story. And it was sudden. It wasn't like it was something that you know was long drawn out. It was sudden, but it was unexpected. She was only 7 months old. So my heart goes out to children, goes out to parents. And she has a long road ahead. The only way I know it's a long road is because my niece is still going through it. And it's been kind of 7 now. What, 6 years? It's been about 6 years, maybe 5, maybe 5 years. It might be 5 years since she passed away. But she is still going through it. She's still going through it. So her grief, and like I said, I've never lost a child before. Matter of fact, I haven't even lost anybody close to me except for that baby. So I can only imagine what she's going through. My prayers go out to you, Kayla. If you watch this, I was going to reach out to you, but I figure you got a lot of people flooding your inbox. I am going to reach out to you. I'm going to wait till some things die down, and then I'll reach out to you. But my prayers go out to you, your family, your daughters, and yeah. And just like she said, you know, if your child is sick, nobody knows what your child is experiencing but you. You know your child is sick, you go get that second opinion, especially if you live around this area. You go get a second opinion. Do not go off a first opinion. You keep on. Never accept no for an answer. So she said, yes, I remember you talking about it. Yeah. Children are so innocent. It's extremely hard grieving a child. But, you know, now, although my great niece, she wasn't my daughter, but I could rest assured knowing, and it still hurt. Like, it still hurt. I could rest assured knowing that she was in heaven. If didn't nobody make it, them babies done made it. You know, we might not make it. You know, we be on the hope and the promise over here. Anything could knock us out. But babies and small children, you know where they going. They with the Lord. So prayers to that mother. Aiden is just fine. He is in the loving arms of the Lord. And y'all, that's all I want to say. Like every day I come across these stories, you know, I see why I have a social media platform. You can't get so caught up in the negativity around this little red app because it's real life going on out here and there are people really, really hurting. And when you understand that somebody else is going through something worse off than you, then you don't say, why me? You'll start to say, why not me? So let me go ahead and get off of here. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Continue to keep this young lady in your prayers because she's young. She's young. And now she has to deal with grief. Y'all keep her in your prayers until the next time becomes the right time. Peace out.
Thank you for subscribing. Thank you. 'Cause you're just that subscriber. Like and subscribe.